Hello and welcome back to another In-Depth Weather video. Today we are talking about a quick moving clipper system that will be cutting across parts of the Great Lakes, but overall just the northern tier of the US, as that is where most of the winter is being held at the moment in the lower 48, where the rest of the country is starting to feel the warmth again, especially those that have been in the cold for a while, such as, parts of the Northeast and parts of the plains that have been below freezing for pretty much the past month are seeing that warmth, and I talked about that yesterday. I'll link that video in the cards above. But the northern tier of the country has remained cold and will see some snowfall. So we are on the NAM 12-kilometer model, and we are seeing a quick moving system here in Ontario. Not a huge deal, but maybe some light snowfall in parts of the northern tier. We're also seeing our nor'easter that we were talking about a couple days ago starting to move out, but we are also turning our attention here to the Pacific Northwest, where in areas of British Columbia we do have moisture moving onto the coast. That's the general setup here, and as that moisture moves into British Columbia, we will see some areas such as Alberta, Saskatchewan, start to see some snowfall, and then even a little disturbance here moving down the front range of the Rockies. But our main system is still back up here. This is later in the day today. We see this storm start to form in Alberta, and we are seeing this storm not just a light clipper system where you get a general 1 to 3, but we could see even a half a foot from this. This is a pretty powerful clipper system in terms of actual millibar count too. As the storm starts to slide down, we're already at 994 millibars with some light to moderate snow in areas of Manitoba, maybe even around Winnipeg, and then starting to see some rain and snow in parts of North Dakota. Now this is 7 a.m. Eastern, so that's basically what I'm going to be going off of. I go off of Eastern time, I just thinking that, so adjust for your time zone, so the Central's -1, so we could say that this is 6 a.m. on Thursday. Now, as this system continues to slide down into the country, we do see those millibars keep dropping, signifying that this is a strengthening system, and we do see some not long-lasting, but some moderate to heavy snowfall here in Minnesota, and that stretch of moderate to heavy moves into areas such as Wisconsin, even down into the Chicago area of Illinois, and into Michigan as well before it starts to fall apart here. This is Friday around 3 a.m. Central, 4 a.m. Eastern. Then we start to see this kind of fade off a little bit, maybe a little bit more snow back here in the northern tier as the cold is really starting to settle in. The storm is powerful enough to really start to pull in those colder temperatures from Canada and bring them into the US briefly. Now, that overall trend that we were talking about yesterday in terms of just warmer air in general over the next couple weeks potentially still persists, but this is just a little blip on the radar of some colder air, and that could lead to some snow here on this front as it starts to swoop down from Canada. Now, in terms of snowfall totals, nothing major. Most of the heavy snowfall will be concentrated pretty close to the Canadian border, and honestly, most of the widespread snowfall is going to be concentrated in Canada, such as areas of Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, and even Quebec. But in terms of the U.S., we could see 3 to 6 inches in parts of northern Minnesota, the UP of Michigan, northwest Wisconsin, areas of the lower peninsula of Michigan around Lake Michigan, as well as a little bit in Pennsylvania as well, with some higher elevations and lake effect snow also possible, bringing in higher snowfall totals. But generally, for the areas that are getting snow, such as eastern North Dakota, northeast South Dakota, most of Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, generally 0 to 3 inches of snowfall. Just something to kind of get on top of the current snowpack. Really not much that's going to, affect travel a lot. Maybe with some of the timing closing in on, rush hour in some spots, we could see, some delays. But in terms of Midwest snowfall, this is not very serious. Just a little bit of a snowfall topping off. But this is kind of a little blip of winter in a vast sea of spring-like temperatures, and we could see more of these clipper systems in the next week or two before we potentially get into some more major systems. So at the moment, winter's kind of taking a pause, and spring's, invading into the U.S., but we will still see some wintry weather throughout this time period of warmer temperatures overall. But that is all I have for today. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell. And I will see you guys next time.